Hello and welcome to the Tiny Time Big Results podcast. I'm Yasmin and I'm here to help you run a profitable 20-hour week business. In today's podcast, I want to talk to you about something that I try to do regularly, and it's something that I also recommend to my clients and my community. Hence why I'm sharing it with you today. Now, I say from the start that it's something that I highly recommend you do regularly, but it's very, very easy to fall off the wagon, if you like, because, life gets busy. You get into the day-to-day stuff, you start checking emails and social and all that malarkey. And, so this practice can get pushed to the side. But honestly, even if you're just waiting for the kettle to boil, this is something that is such a simple exercise to do, but you will reap the rewards of it. I promise you. Okay. And try and do it a few times during the day. Now, it's not going to take long, which is why I'm saying do it a few times a day, because you're probably thinking, hold on a minute, Yasmin, you're the tiny time person. You know that we don't have a lot of time. But if you put your hand on your heart and you think, okay, do I use my time to its optimum every single day? I can absolutely wholeheartedly say, not a hope. There's no way. I know there's plenty of time leakages in my day, where I end up scrolling on Twitter or, I don't know, whatever it might be. Listen, we all have that capacity to waste a lot of time. And so what I would love is just for you to take some mindful moments throughout your day in a practice that's going to really help you to create the vision and the business that you really want for your life, so that it enables you to do all the things that you dream about. When you think about how you want to live your life, and you think about how you want to make your money, you want to think about how you share your gifts with the world. And so the problem is that we often get so stuck in the busy that we don't take time to actually do that and to actually focus on that. And that is to our detriment. There's absolutely no two ways around it. It is to our detriment, because what we end up doing is we have the same thoughts as yesterday. We do the same things as yesterday. And so that creates the same result today and in the future. And the only way that you can create that meaningful future, the future that you really want, and not just something that becomes a default, is when you are very deliberate in your creation. And this is why, I say I try and do this regularly, but I also fall off the wagon. It's about reminding yourself to kind of get back on track, which is why the kettle is a really good way of triggering yourself to remember. Now, I picked this up from one of the guys in my community, actually, and he does fitness, and he has these great exercises that you can do in like 5 minutes, which always is music to my ears. But one of the things that he said was that if you have a trigger, it's Paul Knight, check him out, and it's Knight with a K. And if you put the kettle on, and you can do some, I'm not going to try and do it here for you, but you can do some exercises. And so I was like, great, that's perfect. And so not only am I doing my bench presses or whatever it is that he tells me to do while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, and trust me, the kettle gets boiled a lot in our house, I'm also doing this practice that I'm going to share with you today. So the kettle is a trigger, if you like. If you're out for a walk, that can be another trigger. If you're doing the laundry, that can be another trigger. Trigger in a good way, where it makes you think, oh, brushing your teeth is a really good one, because that's something that you do, hopefully, twice a day. And so when you are doing that, you can do this practice. And so you're probably thinking, all right, Yasmin, get to it. What is the practice? So the practice is this, right? If you imagine, and this is something that Einstein talked about, like that there is no time, really. There is no future. All the realities that are possible exist right now in this moment. Okay. So if you imagine But imagine you want a 6-figure business or a 7-figure business, or a business that where you just work 2 hours a day and the money just pours in, where you get to work with amazing people. You just you feel so privileged and lucky to be able to do the work you love, and in the time that you want, and you get to do all the other cool things in your life, right? If you're not living that right now, that's okay. But there is a reality where that does exist, okay? And I remember having this conversation with my energy woman, as I like to call her. And I remember saying to her that, you know, sometimes when I think about a future Yasmin or a future version, it always feels like it's out there. It doesn't feel like it's here. And so what I like to think about, the way I like to think about this is that instead of it being out there, it's actually parallel, right? And so what I'm actually seeing is that if this is me right now in this moment, for those of you that are listening on the audio, then I'm just holding my fingers up. You know, if you think of parallel lines, I can just step into that version of me that is actually living the truth of what I desire. And so instead of making it be out there, instead of being in the future, I'm actually just stepping into what I like to call true Yasmin, because that's the Yasmin, my higher self, where that my higher self is actually guiding me. And so I step into her, who is me, and I think and feel and make decisions and go about my day being her, not being the person that I am right now. Stick with me on this one, right? Because you've heard the phrase act as if, and people often say, oh, I don't want to be faking or anything like that. And this isn't about faking. What you're actually doing is you're putting yourself in the state of a frequency, a vibration of having already achieved all of those things, that you go, yeah, I just have to, you know, the money just pours in every day. I'm making the money that I want. I'm working with the most amazing clients. Everything feels really, really good. You know, I'm doing the work I love. I am not stressed. I am not worried if the washing machine just goes on the blink. I know I can pay for whatever I need. I know that I can be there for my family. I know I can, you know, you literally have that freedom. And so if you step into her, true you, and you think, how would she drink her coffee? You know, take my coffee. These are my beautiful mugs that I bought from a website called I Am One Mind. And this one here says, the universe exists within me as much as I exist in the universe. And they're a constant reminder of this exact same principle that I'm sharing with you today. The reality, the vision that you dream of exists right now. And it's for us to step into that and be that and feel it, so that we can then actually see it materialize. Too often we look at what's right in front of us, and we just see what's in front of us. And you know, your eyes are more of a projector than anything else. Okay, so whatever you think about, whatever your beliefs are about the world, that's what gets projected back to you. So you don't necessarily see the truth. Okay, so I would love for you to just think about how you could incorporate this into your world, and what would this look like for you? What would this practice look like for you? If you're stepping into true you, I want you to think about, okay, so how would she decide what she's going to do today? How would she approach her business? What would she do following up for that sales call? You know, I want you to think about what would true you do. And I want you to step into that persona, that person, that energy of the person who has already achieved everything that you want, because it actually is already here. We just can't access it right now based on our limited beliefs, our patterns, everything that we've always thought. But when you're always focusing on what you've always thought, you're living in the past. And what I want to encourage you to do, and this is something that I do for myself, is to think about how I actively create my future. and the future is created in the present moment. So you don't have to worry about the future, but you just think about what's happening in this present moment right now, like right now. And whatever you focus on, it'll look after the future. So if you're focused on everything that you want and you're in that high vibration and you are resonating at an incredible frequency, then the future will look after itself. But the same is true if you're sitting in a place where nothing ever works for me, I am fed up, I am frustrated. That's going to be the result that you create as well. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Wherever you're listening or watching this, drop me a comment, let me know. If you find this useful and you think that you'd know someone who would also find this useful, then please do share. Because remember, a rising tide lifts all boats. This isn't a competition. I want us all to succeed. And so the more of us that do this, the more of us that do this from a place of infinite love and compassion, listen, the world needs us more than ever. We need that swell of uprising and of love. And so, if one person succeeds and we all succeed, we're in this together. You're not competing with anybody. So let's rise together. Step into true you. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to chatting with you again very, very soon. Take care, my love. Bye-bye.